Dean Newton, members of the faculty, law school staff, members of the class of 2017, spouses, family members, loved ones, and friends, good afternoon. On the occasion of the 172nd commencement exercises of the University of Notre Dame, and in the 147th year in which the Notre Dame Law School has conferred degrees, on behalf of the administration and faculty of both the university and the law school, I extend to all of you greetings and a warm welcome. We meet this afternoon for the law school's graduation ceremony and conferral of degrees. This occasion is an important component of the university's commencement exercises, which continue tomorrow morning in the stadium. My name is Mark McKenna, and I serve as the Associate Dean for Faculty here at the Law School. I now introduce and welcome Lauren Nautiley, President of the Student Bar Association and member of the class of 2017, to say a few words about our Distinguished Professor of the Year, whom the graduating class has selected and who will be our commencement speaker. Ms. Nautiley?
Thank you, Professor McKenna. Good afternoon, Dean Newton, Associate and Assistant Deans, faculty, classmates, family members, and friends. My law school classmates are the smartest, kindest, most hardworking, and most passionate individuals I have ever met. To my classmates, thank you for all you have done to make this experience memorable. It has been my great pleasure to spend the last 3 years of law school with you. On behalf of my classmates, I would like to thank the many people who made it possible for us to be here today. To our family and friends, thank you for lovingly pushing us to pursue our goals. You are one of the major reasons we are here today, having accomplished something by graduating from Notre Dame Law School that many people only dream of. I would also like to thank the faculty and staff of the law school who have made our Notre Dame experience one we will never forget. It's hard to put into words the impact these individuals have had on us. Before law school, many of us had expectations of what law school might look like. For many, we came to law school to one day become strong advocates for the individuals we would represent. It was not until this point, 3 years later, that we realized that our goal as lawyers should be to explain to the court our arguments as clearly as Professor Kozel explains contracts. Many of us also came to law school with the goal of becoming someone who any client, no matter who they were, would have confidence in. It was not until this point that we realized our goal as lawyers is to speak to our clients as kindly and graciously as Professor O'Hara speaks to her students. And finally, many of us came to law school because we found a lot of joy in talking about the law. Now at this point, we all know our goal as lawyers is to find as much joy in our daily jobs as Professor Pojanowski finds in teaching jurisprudence. I could go on with these examples forever, which is to say we have been incredibly blessed with the mentors and scholars we have had the opportunity to learn from here at Notre Dame Law School. And today, I'm honored to be able to introduce to you one of those individuals. Professor Bruce Hubert is the recipient of our class of 2017 Law School Distinguished Teacher of the Year Award. The Law School Distinguished Teaching Award was first given in 1971. In each subsequent year, the graduating class has selected a member of the Notre Dame Law School faculty to receive the award. The criteria for the award is open-ended, so that each class has the freedom to identify a professor on the basis of criteria that are important and meaningful to them. Professor Hubert joined the Notre Dame Law faculty in 2011. He teaches and conducts research in the areas of environmental law, natural resources law, property, and energy law. His scholarship in these fields has been published in journals such as the California Law Review, the Harvard Environmental Law Review, and the Georgetown Law Journal. Professor Hubert received his undergraduate degree at Stanford University and his JD and PhD in political science at the University of California, Berkeley, where he earned several teaching awards. He has also practiced law in Washington State and worked as a college minister for a large Presbyterian church. Please join me in welcoming to the podium the class of 2017's Law School Distinguished Teacher of the Year, Professor Bruce Hubert.
Thank you, Lauren, for that kind introduction. It's a tremendous privilege to address your class. I must say I was hoping that you wouldn't let slip my Protestant background. I don't think the dean is prepared to issue tuition refunds today. Let me begin by adding my wholehearted congratulations to the Notre Dame Law School class of 2017 and to the parents and friends and significant others who have supported you. Whether you were top of your class, middle of your class, never went to class, whatever the case may be, this is an impressive achievement. It's an achievement that I would like to commemorate by sharing with you my newly completed defense of the common law rule against perpetuities. One last round of cold calls, folks. Even the faculty are looking slightly nervous now. Class of 2017, our wish for you as you venture out from Notre Dame is simply that you flourish, that you thrive. The concept of human flourishing has been kicked around quite a bit lately in various circles. Frankly, it's become a bit of a buzzword. Here at Notre Dame, we can politely smile at this newfound interest from the vantage point of a faith tradition that has been exploring human flourishing, human purpose, human well-being for millennia. One of the most important things we get from our faith is an understanding of what it means to be human, what human life is like, what human life is about. And in the Christian tradition, at least, one enduring conclusion is that at the heart of human flourishing is something like self-emptying or self-sacrifice or the service of others. This is a somewhat paradoxical and difficult thing to accept, that in giving we gain, that in emptying ourselves for others, we are ourselves made more complete. I don't need to tell you that this view of human flourishing is distinctly at odds with much of the wisdom of the day. It's at odds with many of our own intuitions, our own gut sense of what it means to thrive. If you're like me, you may tend to think of thriving as something to be attained, something just out there in front of you that you'll finally experience when you graduate or make partner or get married or have a house or a real income, especially the real income. All of these things certainly tap into our deepest longings as humans. But the better view, the view that best makes sense of the entirety of human experience, is that to flourish is to serve and to sacrifice. Now, fortunately for you, you are entering a service profession. It is an elite profession, to be sure, but the practice of law is a service. In this respect, you stand alongside some of the most important service providers in our society. You stand alongside house cleaners and landscapers, auto mechanics, social workers, doctors and nurses and home health workers. You, like them, will be providing a direct service to human beings. I say this not at all to belittle your chosen career, but rather to dignify it. For again, there is nothing more dignifying than to serve another human being. In so doing, you dignify yourself and the other, and you put yourself on the path to flourishing. Most obviously, you will be serving your clients. The fact that you will generally do this in exchange for money does not render your service any less important, any less valuable, any less dignified or dignifying. The problems that your clients will bring to you will be real and often excruciatingly difficult. In the main, these clients will be glad to pay you for your competent assistance. Just as you and I and everyone here, when we are in difficulty, when we are in need of some service, are grateful to learn that someone can help. We are often relieved to be able to pay people of integrity and skill for competent, honest service. All too often, we do not have access to such people. Just this week, I have been lied to by an air conditioner serviceman, stood up by the chimney repair guy, came on Monday, said he'd be back tomorrow, haven't seen him since. Handled by a suspiciously aggressive service manager at the Toyota dealer, and left high and dry by the person who usually cuts my hair. That last one, that's my wife. So my options for redress are slightly more limited. I hope that you will make it your goal. It sounds trite, I know, but that you will make it your goal to serve your clients and to do your job always to the very best of your ability. Serving others need not and will not always look heroic. Our ordinary work in ordinary moments makes the world go round. Simply getting up in the morning and doing your bit as best you can is the beginning and the basis of civilization and human welfare and social well-being. So, serve your clients with honesty, with diligence, with commitment, with your best selves. Okay, now, whom else will you serve? You will, I hope and expect, serve your family and your community. These go hand in hand. Families are the backbone of community. Neglecting your family is one of the fastest paths to misery of which I am aware. Most of you have not yet started your own families, but you can already practice the kind of service that family will require by attending to your closest relationships and zealously protecting and nurturing them when pressures arise, as they have and will. It is frighteningly easy to let even your most intimate relationships wither in the swelter and stress of work. I have shared this vignette with some of you, but when I began law school, I was also beginning a long-distance relationship with a person that I cared about very much, a woman who is now my wife. One of my mentors in law, upon learning of this budding relationship, advised me to postpone it until after law school. And he said to me very memorably, "You see, Bruce, the law is a jealous mistress." I'm happy to say that I did not heed his advice, and Sarah and I were married in the middle of my 2L year. I readily confess that this was more out of passion than wisdom, but I now can say with greater confidence that the law can only be a mistress for one who is unfaithful. So be faithful. Serve your family, honor your friendships, nurture your ability to care for those closest to you. These relationships will bring you and them great joy, and in serving them, you and they will flourish. As to serving your community beyond your family, this is what we typically think of when we think of people who are engaged in service and self-sacrifice. The people who do great pro bono work, who are involved with nonprofits, who volunteer tirelessly in their neighborhoods, at schools, in prisons, at churches, among the homeless, and so forth. I have deliberately tried to frame a life of service as beginning with those commitments to work and to family that are often not regarded as service. Yet they can and should be profoundly sacrificial, profoundly other-regarding. They are crucial because it is in those relationships, those parts of life nearest to us, where we learn the worth of others, where we learn to see others as more important than ourselves. With some discipline and some intentionality, we can see that everyone around us bears the image of God. Everyone around us merits our service, our regard, our sacrifice, no matter their social standing, their level of education, their taste in tattoos, their politics. Even Michigan fans bear the image of God. USC, no, those are agents of the devil. So, yes, all those community service-y things that you once did so that you can put them on your school applications and resumes, Do them now because they lead to human flourishing for you and for others. Do them now because you have learned to see every human being as your equal. Do them now to guard yourself against the dehumanizing divisions that are so evident in our society right now. Do them now because you stand now in a position of great power, even if it doesn't quite feel like it yet. And that power and the prestige that comes with it is a danger to your own heart if you employ it primarily for selfish gain, but a balm for others and their troubles if you use it to serve. Finally, I have not said anything about serving yourself, and yet I have, because I have said that in serving others, you yourself will thrive, and this is no accident. This is the way the world is designed. I do not believe for a second that the moral universe is a zero-sum place, that my gain can only come at another's expense. No, when you serve, you yourself benefit too, and that does not diminish your service in the slightest. It brings us right back to where we began, to our faith. For we are taught in Scripture that in loving our neighbor, we serve the very God who authored human life and who in Christ embodied its nature and revealed its essence. It is no exaggeration to say that in your acts of service, you join in the work of God. You participate in the project of creation and redemption. You thrive. And so, class of 2017, go forth, flourish, thrive, serve others. And that is all I have to say about the rule against perpetuities. Congratulations again, and may God bless you all.
Thank you, Professor Hubert. It's now time to proceed to the business at hand and to the reason we're gathered here on this lovely spring day in South Bend. You guys didn't come here for the weather, so. The awarding of academic degrees. Family members and friends should feel free to move about in order to take photographs of their special graduates. We would ask, however, that you leave plenty of room for the procession of graduates and for the professional photographer. I will ask each group of candidates to stand and be presented to Dean Newton, who will confer the appropriate degrees. Each group will then come forward to be hooded. The recipient of the JSD degree will be hooded by Professor Paulo Carrazza. Recipients of the Master of Laws degrees will be hooded by Professors Margaret Lloyd and Sean O'Brien. And the recipients of the Juris Doctor degree will be hooded by me and Professor Mara McLeod. Immediately after each graduate is hooded, they will receive their diploma from Dean Newton. Professor Doug Castle will introduce our graduates and announce the honors they have earned. The descriptions for all the graduation awards given at Awards Day yesterday and today, along with the graduates' names and hometowns, may be found in the commencement program. And now, will the candidate for the doctoral degree of juridical science please stand? Dean Newton, on behalf of the faculty, I have the honor to present to you the candidate who has successfully completed the requirements for the doctoral degree of juridical science. He has explored in depth and with care and rigor the law of human rights and is well prepared to use his talents to serve the common good.
By the authority vested in me as Dean of the Notre Dame Law School at the University of Notre Dame du Lac, and in the name of the trustees and the faculty of the law school, I confer upon you, who has made significant progress in learning and gives promise of further achievement, the ancient rank of doctor, with all the appropriate rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
And the doctorate is awarded to Andres Felipe Lopez La Torre of Bogota, Colombia.
And now, will all the candidates for the degree of Master of Laws please stand, including those students receiving the LLM in Civil and Human Rights? Dean Newton, on behalf of the faculty, I have the honor to present to you the candidates who have successfully completed the requirements for the degree of Master of Laws. They have pursued their studies with care and rigor and are well prepared to use their talents to serve the common good.
By the authority vested in me as Dean of the Notre Dame Law School at the University of Notre Dame du Lac, and in the name of the trustees of the university and the faculty of the law school, I confer upon you, who have made significant progress in learning and give promise of further achievement, the ancient rank of Master, with all the appropriate rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto. Congratulations.
And the first LLM is awarded in absentia to Pokua Dadom Ngo Bakam of Johannesburg, South Africa. And in person, Jorge Ignacio Arab Masu of Santiago, Chile. Miguel Ángel Abiel Barbosa López of Arequipa, Peru, magna cum laude. Martin Bergelis of Jelgava, Latvia. Adriano Bordone Consentino of Sao Paulo, Brazil. Isabela Cajal Garcés of Pereira, Colombia. Chachi Chao of Taipei, Taiwan. Kayung Karen Chung of Taipei, Taiwan. Roshana Chin of Houston, Texas. Ruth Ellen Cormacan from Galway, Ireland, summa cum laude. Leah Caroline Kraut from South Bend, Indiana, magna cum laude. Adriana Elizabeth Domingo Cabrera from Guatemala, Guatemala. Lucia Feltrina from Padova, Italy, cum laude. Fong Tong from Nanjing, China, cum laude. Alejandra Carolina Fernandez Sader of Caracas, Venezuela. Im Suk Ha from Goyang, South Korea. Aysar Taisir Salim Hamoude from Jerusalem, Palestine. Sangmin Kim from Seoul, South Korea. Leah Lemay Langlois from Rimouski, Canada, summa cum laude. Weijun Li of Shanghai, China. In absentia, Laura Suhail Mada of Mimas, Lebanon, cum laude. Suad Martin Suadi of Montreal, Canada, magna cum laude. Kennedy Masie of Harare, Zimbabwe. Ivana Molina Peña of Santo Domingo, República Dominicana, magna cum laude. Natalia Mora Arbeláez from Neiva, Colombia. Ugochi Mercy Okpe from Enugu State, Nigeria. Edgar Alfredo Ortega Franco from Guatemala, Guatemala. Jodianne Tiffany Quarry from Portmore, Jamaica. Tyler Jacob Smith from Portage, Michigan. Israel Tibebu Taye from Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Guillermo Villatrueva from Mexico City, Mexico, magna cum laude. Binong Yuen from Harbin, China. Ksenia Savodova from Odessa, Ukraine. Deyin Chong from Nanning, China. Ishwen Shao from Qingdao, China. Santiago Subicaray Gonzalez Mariscal from Mexico City, Mexico.
Will the candidates for the degree of Juris Doctor please rise? Dean Newton, on behalf of the faculty, I have the honor to present to you the candidates who have completed the requirements for the degree of Juris Doctor. They have studied diligently the legal rules and practices through which our society is ordered and have engaged closely the moral principles by which the law is animated. They are well prepared for service in the cause of justice and for their vocations in our learned profession.
By the authority vested in me as Dean of the Notre Dame Law School at the University of Notre Dame du Lac, and in the name of the trustees of the university and the faculty of the law school, I hereby confer upon you who have made significant progress in the study of law and give promise of achievement in the profession of law, the degree of Juris Doctor with all the appropriate rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
In absentia, the first Juris Doctor degree is for Min Young Park, who graduated in January 2017. And now, in person and in 2017, Caitlin M. Abrams of Rochelle Park, New Jersey. Anthony Patrick Osceoli of Birmingham, Michigan, magna cum laude. Kyle B. Adams of Chatham, New Jersey, magna cum laude. Margaret Mary Adama, San Diego, California, summa cum laude, and the Hoynes Award. Paul Adalberto Albaran from Northville, Michigan. Kathleen Mary Allaire from Phoenix, Arizona, cum laude. Lujain Abdallah Al-Mualimi, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, cum laude. Jonathan H. Altstatter, Belmore, New York, cum laude. Crystal Leandra Alvarez, Mahwah, New Jersey, cum laude. Harrison William Arnold, Waterford, Connecticut. Stephen A. Baldwin, Simsbury, Connecticut, cum laude. Are you Catherine Ballou? You are not Samuel Ballingrud. All right, very good. Catherine Ballou, South Bend, Indiana, cum laude. Alexa Ray Baltus, St. Charles, Illinois, summa cum laude. Christine Grace Bannon, Milford, Connecticut. LeVar Derek Barnett, Ford Heights, Illinois. Michael Thomas Barrett, Brandon, Florida. And I neglected to mention that Alexa Ray Baltus, who was summa cum laude, also won the Faribaugh Award. Audrey A. Beck, Florence, South Carolina, summa cum laude, and the O'Mara Award. Joseph John Beglain, Hoppage, New York, cum laude. Julie Caton Blindauer, Elk Grove Village, Illinois. Michael Storm Bowling, South Bend, Indiana. Michael Frederick Bosco will be hooded by his grandfather, Michael Bosco, Notre Dame Law School grad, 1960. Michael is from Paradise Valley, Arizona, and graduates magna cum laude. Seth Michael Bostrom, Canton, Ohio, magna cum laude. Maria Lehman Bordeaux, West Hartford, Connecticut, cum laude. Brendan A. Boys, Long Beach, California. Sean Andrew Brady, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, magna cum laude. Ariel Bratton Ethington, Mesa, Arizona, magna cum laude. Daniel R. Bross, Cincinnati, Ohio, magna cum laude. Stephanie Maria Burns, Indianapolis, Indiana. Anudeep Buddha Raju, Park Ridge, Illinois. Brock N. Bernick, Girard, Kansas. Avery Lynn Aragona Burns, Goshen, Indiana, cum laude. Patrick Joseph Button, Tallahassee, Florida. Scott Edward Campbell, Fort Wayne, Indiana. Elizabeth Rose Carney, Glendale, Arizona, magna cum laude. Robert John Cave, Los Angeles, California. John Michael Cerny, South Bend, Indiana. No, sorry about that. Nathaniel Cho, also South Bend, Indiana. Jason L. Christensen, Lafayette, California, magna cum laude. Grace Chung, Seoul, Korea. Carlos Francisco Cisneros Vilchis from Monterrey, Mexico. Matthew Thomas Chula, Carmel, Indiana, summa cum laude. Sarah V. Clune of Leawood, Kansas, magna cum laude, will be hooded by her father, Bryson Clune, Notre Dame Law School, 1972. Gail Winterly Colas, Immokalee, Florida. John Vincent Connor, Crescent Springs, Kentucky. David John Coppola, Forked River, New Jersey. Stephen A. Cord, Jr., Dallas, Texas, cum laude. Charles Carlton Davis III, Tampa, Florida. Megan Nicole Davis, Austin, Texas, magna cum laude. Michael R. Davis, Nicholasville, Kentucky, cum laude. Carly C. Dietz, Birmingham, Michigan. Kira Marie Deneen, San Francisco, California. Christina Mary Elizabeth Dines of Buffalo, New York, graduating cum laude, will be hooded by her sister, Catherine Mary Elizabeth Dines, Notre Dame Law School, class of 2015. Michael A. DiRemo, Jacksonville, Florida. Shelby Ryan Dollashaw, Billings, Montana, cum laude. Leo J. Draws, Joliet, Illinois. John E. Drosick, Cincinnati, Ohio. James Anthony Eckhart, Beech Grove, Indiana, magna cum laude. Brittany J. Earhart, Congers, New York, magna cum laude. Myra Georgina Estrada, of Bakersfield, California, will be hooded by her fiancé, Alexis Magina, Notre Dame Law School graduate 2017. Ryan Evans, Los Angeles, California. Timothy J. Farina of Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, graduates magna cum laude and will be hooded by his cousin, Finn Presley, Notre Dame Law School class of 2004. Young Fay, Granger, Indiana, cum laude. John Patrick Felker, Chicago, Illinois. Elliot Lawrence Fitch, South Bend, Indiana, cum laude. Catherine Rose Fitzgerald, Grosse Pointe Farms, Michigan. Michael Stephen Fogler, Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Kevin M. Foltmer, Carmel, New York, cum laude. Catherine Renee Forbes, Newport Coast, California. Diego Fernando Freire of Chicago, Illinois. Stanley Walter Franzak, Oak Brook, Illinois. Leah Fiesel, Mokina, Illinois. Liam Sean Gallagher, Thousand Oaks, California, cum laude. Michael Benjamin Gallagher II, Brockway, Pennsylvania, magna cum laude. Raul Enrique Garcia III, Miami, Florida. Michael James Gardella, Montvale, New Jersey, cum laude. Catherine A. Garland, Newaygo, Michigan, cum laude. Karen Emily Garton, Roanoke, Indiana. Christopher Michael George, Rochester Hills, Michigan, magna cum laude. Ferris Jean Gilman, South Bend, Indiana, cum laude. Rashid M. Gilmer, Detroit, Michigan. Elizabeth Rose Glowacki of Mount Laurel, New Jersey, graduates cum laude and will be hooded by her father, John Glowacki, Notre Dame Law School class of 1986. Dylan C. Getch of Raritan, New Jersey. Almost. Sarah Ainsley Gordon, Fort Worth, Texas. Nicholas Francis Grace, Cape May, New Jersey, cum laude. Warren W. Griffin, Rochester, New York. Alan Gregorian of Camarillo, California, graduates cum laude and will be hooded by his cousin and adjunct professor, Mark Toloyan, Notre Dame Law School class of 1998. Patrick Michael Grimmer of Niles, Michigan, graduates cum laude and will be hooded by his father, William Grimmer, Notre Dame Law School graduate, 1975. Samantha Ray Guttridge, Bel Air, Maryland. Laura A. Habine, Billings, Montana, magna cum laude. Lauren D. Hacius, Rochester Hills, Michigan. Andrew John Hagler, Chandler, Arizona. Stephen James Harrison, Tecumseh, Michigan, magna cum laude. Charles Daniel Harting, Indianapolis, Indiana, cum laude. Miracle Luba Haynes, Miami, Florida. Natalie Melody Hedron, Arcadia, California. Alyssa Claire Hughes, Tucson, Arizona, cum laude. Chase Michael Hundman, Bloomington, Indiana. Alexandra Nicole Iorio, Park Ridge, Illinois. Donald P. Jacobs, Notre Dame, Indiana. Jasmine Nicole Johnson, Springfield, Missouri. April Johnson, South Bend, Indiana. Isha Kamboj, San Jose, California, cum laude. Ina Kaur, Chicago, Illinois. Hans J. Kessler of Wyomissing, Pennsylvania. Samantha Lee Kingman, Sherman Oaks, California, magna cum laude. Kelly Ann Kraft, Peru, Illinois. Anthony M. Croce, Buffalo, New York. Eric C. Krupa, South Bend, Indiana, cum laude. Lauren Alexandra Kewen, Northport, New York, magna cum laude. Yvonne Kupferman, Grand Rapids, Michigan. Kelly R. LaForge, Louisville, Kentucky, cum laude. Vincenzo P. Leone, New Lenox, Illinois. Henry Lewis Lifton, Park Ridge, Illinois, magna cum laude. Emily Catherine Logue, Notre Dame, Indiana. Holly Dawn Marie Lucas, Buchanan, Michigan, cum laude. Nora O'Neill Lucas, Chicago, Illinois, cum laude. Samantha Ray Leal, Snellville, Georgia. Komal J. Mon, Wooddale, Illinois. Brandon R. McDonald, Oakville, Canada. Alexis M. Magina of Miami, Florida, will be hooded by his fiancée, Myra Estrada, Notre Dame Law School 2017. Connor Grogan Maloney, Grass Valley, California, magna cum laude. Sarah Michelle Martin of Fullerton, California, will be hooded by her sister, Kristen Martin, Notre Dame Law School 2016. Brian Malden, Augusta, Georgia, cum laude. Kyle J. Morey, Long Beach, California, cum laude. Sean Murphy McAuliffe, Durham, Connecticut, cum laude. Annalie V. McGlone, Avon, Indiana. Devin Edwin McGinnis, Hilton Head, South Carolina. Thomas Martin McHugh, East Islip, New York. Lauren Ariel Mendoza of Laguna Beach, California, will be hooded by her father, Alex Mendoza, Notre Dame Law School graduate, 1987. Michael Albert Mercurio, Torrance, California. Christina L. Milanese, Boca Raton, Florida, magna cum laude. Carlene Noel Miller of Buffalo, New York, graduates cum laude and will be hooded by her fiancé, Trevor S.M. Stevens, Notre Dame Law School class of 2015. Stephen Miller, Valparaiso, Indiana. Zachary D. Milvo, South Bend, Indiana. Anna Mae Mitros of Flossmoor, Illinois, will be hooded by her sister, Catherine Mitros, Notre Dame Law School graduate, 2013. Carlos Paul Morrow, San Diego, California. Jack Amon Milat, Sarasota, Florida. Catherine Elizabeth Nelson, Omaha, Nebraska, magna cum laude. Rebecca Idell Marie Newman, Wauwatosa, Wisconsin, cum laude. Ashley Ann Nicholas, Naperville, Illinois, cum laude. David Michael Norton, Temecula, California, cum laude. Lauren Victoria Notley, Ridgeway, South Carolina, cum laude. Joseph Kelly Nugent, Des Moines, Iowa. Ryan S. Odegaard, Notre Dame, Indiana. Johanna O., Castro Valley, California, cum laude. Cristobal Orantia, Miami, Florida. Min Jong Park, Chicago, Illinois. Joseph Q. Whoops, missed one. Sorry about that. Let me check this out. My apologies. Irene Park of Chicago, Illinois. Joseph Q. Patterson, Fleming Island, Florida, magna cum laude. Brian Andrew Pearson, Clovis, California, cum laude. Matthew Antonio Jimai Perez, Seattle, Washington. Bao En Pham, Huntington Beach, California. Alyssa Caitlin Phillips, Bend, Oregon. Gabriel J. Phillips, Cuba, New York. Brandon Joseph Polsick, West Dundee, Illinois, cum laude. Tommy Postic, Klegerup, Sweden. Diana Robani, San Diego, California, cum laude. Lauren E. Rafter, Green Bay, Wisconsin. Kevin Michael Regan, Willow Street, Pennsylvania, cum laude. Robert Liam Riley, Overland Park, Kansas, magna cum laude. Lowell B. Ritter, South Bend, Indiana, cum laude. Alexandra Brooke Roberts, Lehi, Hawaii. Thomas Joseph Roman II, Watertown, New York, magna cum laude. Mark A. Romas, Chicago, Illinois. Andrew John Rosenberg, Racine, Wisconsin, cum laude. Adam H. Roundy, Greenleaf, Wisconsin. Devante Amir Rowe, Brooklyn, New York. Elizabeth Marie Rowe, Evanston, Illinois, magna cum laude. Marie A. Ruggiero, Northville, Michigan. Tufik R. Sati, Detroit, Michigan. Angelica Sanchez Vega, Louisville, Kentucky, cum laude. Nicholas John Schilling, Jr. of Notre Dame, Indiana, graduates magna cum laude and will be hooded by his uncle, Stephen R. Miller, Notre Dame Law School, 1983. Jeffrey Wayne Schmidt, Belle Plaine, Minnesota, summa cum laude. Allison Claire Sten, Kokomo, Indiana. James Schwabe, Downers Grove, Illinois. Jason Charles Semmes, West Bloomfield, Michigan. Modvi Seth, Chicago, Illinois. Swathi Shankar, Norman, Oklahoma, cum laude. Lauren A. Shoemate, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, cum laude. Petrus Sidri, Cookeville, Tennessee. Molly A. Slinker, Indianapolis, Indiana. DeMay Ryan Smith, Blacksburg, Virginia, cum laude. Riley William Maxwell Smith, Denver, Colorado, cum laude. Svonimir Shola, Saratoga, California. Michael Philip Stouter, Westfield, Indiana. Theodore J. Stevenson III, Mishawaka, Indiana. John Emery Swinney, Chicago, Illinois. Curtis A. Tate, Charlotte, Michigan, cum laude. Ian C. Thresher, Newark, Delaware, magna cum laude. David A. Toner, San Diego, California, cum laude. Claudia Mai Tran, Overland Park, Kansas. Benjamin J. Tyler, Coral Gables, Florida. Christopher Tavish Vasquez, Chicago, Illinois. Marissa Christine Wall, Muskegon, Michigan, magna cum laude. Gabriella Anna Weigel, Dallas, Texas. Matthew B. Wesley, St. John, Indiana. Allison Marie Whipp, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, magna cum laude. Kate M. Whiteman, Fairport, New York. David William Wilhelmson, Prescott, Arizona, cum laude. Matthew D. Witzman, South Bend, Indiana. Sarah Elizabeth Wolfson, Scarsdale, New York. Kathleen Marie Wood, Irvine, California. Michael Anthony Vyshkovsky, Simi Valley, California, magna cum laude. Michael A. Xavier, Denver, Colorado, cum laude. Seth Andrew Yarconi, Lake Forest, Illinois, magna cum laude. Jennifer Lynn Ibarra, Dallas, Texas, magna cum laude. Gregory William Zimmer, South Bend, Indiana.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in an enthusiastic round of applause for the Notre Dame Law School class of 2017. Okay, now if you could join me in an equally enthusiastic welcome for Dean Nell Newton, who will give her charge to the graduating class.
Dear graduates, as you're poised on the threshold of your professional careers, I know that you're both excited and apprehensive about your futures. After that little bump in the road known as the bar exam, you will embark on your life in the law. As your teachers, we can state with confidence that your intelligence, skills, and your compassion will arm you well for the opportunities and challenges ahead. We appreciate you individually and collectively. You have so many strengths. Your joy for life, your gift for friendship, the way you made strangers your dearest friends, so dear that some of you even got engaged or married to your classmates. The way you build community during your years with us is inspiring, and the way you rallied to the side of those among you who struggled with personal and family issues and celebrated with your dear friends when things went well. As your teachers, we have had the pleasure and privilege of watching you develop during the 3 years you've spent with us, from anxious 1Ls to confident 3Ls. You demonstrated an aptitude and zest for learning. You toughed it out during the hard times, got it right many times, and even taught us a thing or two by pointing out an inconsistency or asking one of those questions that opens up an entirely new line of inquiry. You contributed important perspectives to faculty discussions about law school policies that will benefit us all long after you receive your diplomas. So thank you for teaching as well as for learning. We've witnessed your commitment to the greater good through volunteer work, in your clinics and externships, in your faith communities, and many other ways, and admired the way you nurtured the hopes of others. Thank you for your service to others. You organized conferences and speaker series. You worked on law journals, moot court, trial competitions, appellate competitions. You earned honors and prizes for academics and service. You held leadership roles in your student organizations and enlivened our semester away programs in London, DC, and Chicago. Thank you for your energy and your commitment. You also know how to have fun, whether cheering for old Notre Dame or throwing yourselves into our traditions, from bookstore basketball to the Father Mike Show, the Fall Ball, the Barrister's Ball, and many other events. Thank you for strengthening our community. In everything you have done, you've left the law school a better place for those who follow, and you can look back with pride on your many accomplishments during your years here. We know that you will carry with you the legal doctrines, policies, theories, and skills that you learned in the classrooms and clinics. But as Notre Dame lawyers, we also know that you will never forget to rely on the highest ethical principles and your moral compass in solving the most difficult questions presented by life and the law. For you are now and always will be graduates of a law school like no other, Notre Dame. God bless and keep you on the journey to come. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Dean Newton. Father Pat Reedy will now give the benediction.
In addition to being brilliant, accomplished, talented, and so many other things, you are also quite possibly the most photographed graduating class of the University of Notre Dame's Law School. Congratulations on that. Let me tell you something about the man who built those steps upon which you stood earlier this morning. Father Edward Soren had a dream that Notre Dame would be a powerful means for good, that its graduates would transform our world in hope. That lofty dream shaped in classrooms and clinics and courtrooms and chapels these past 3 years. That lofty dream is made real in you, friends. You are men and women with hope to bring. You follow in the footsteps of hundreds of Holy Cross priests, brothers, and sisters who gave their lives for that dream. So on behalf of my religious community, thank you. Thank you for who you are and for what you will do. Thank you for striving with Jesus to bring good news to the poor, release for prisoners, sight for the blind, and healing for every broken victim. Thank you for being people of hope. And in the lasting charge of our community's blessed founder, Father Basil Moreau, with the eyes of faith, consider the greatness of your mission and the wonderful amount of good which you can accomplish. And also consider the great reward promised to those who have taught the truth to others and have helped form them for justice. They will shine eternally in the skies like the stars of heaven. With the hope of this glory, we must generously complete the Lord's work. May Almighty God bless you, the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Congratulations.
Thank you, Father Reedy. Before we close, I have a couple of announcements. First, Alexa Baltus, we have your award. If you'd like it, we'll allow you to have it now. Catherine Behan will have it over here on the side of the stage if you want to come when the ceremony's over. Second, graduates can return their caps and gowns to the Hymns bookstore until 9 p.m. tonight or 7 p.m. tomorrow. You need to return them by May 24th to avoid late fees. Second, the administration and law faculty will recess from the platform area. The law graduates, however, will not form a recessional. I now call on Professors Sean O'Brien and Jennifer Mason McAward, who will lead us in the singing of Notre Dame, Our Mother.